Welcome everyone once again in the continuation of experiences and preparedness series, which is Sarthi Capital in association with Dental Stock Exchange is carrying out. And in this series, we keep sharing some experiences of our small and medium enterprises entrepreneurs, how they look at the pandemic, their preparedness to face these challenges. To continue this, today we have a company called Infobeans, which is an ITES, an excellent company with zero debt in the balance sheet. And recently in this company, they have acquired another company US based called Philosophy. Today we have Avinash Sethi with us, who is the co-founder and promoter of Infobeans. Avinash, welcome.
Good afternoon, Deepak. Thank you for inviting us for this program. It will be very nice to connect to the investor community and the rest of the community in terms of suggesting our preparedness for what we're doing in the post-corona world.
So Avinash, just to start with, means although there is like a lot of talk on the pandemic, but what's your personal feel on this pandemic?
This is unprecedented. I think if you were to use a single word, we have never seen it. We will never see it again. I hope so. But this is once in a decade, once in 100 years kind of a phenomena. I think the last equivalent was Spanish flu in 1918. So this is a totally new thing for us. And what is the bigger worry is it is coinciding with the economic recession world over. And this is where I think a lot of things will change for each one of us, right from behavioral aspect to your own desires and needs, to the changing business demands and supplies, even the work culture, the work behavior of employees will change. Employers will also work in a very different manner. Look at it. We were all worried about starting work from home, but in an instant, the entire world is now working from home. So this is something which is forced upon, but I think it is a good thing to look at. People will start to work remotely, and funny thing is we never thought of hiring people remotely. So we hired 9 people remotely, and we supplied them laptops at their location, and they started working. So hiring and firing and all of those are now become a normal thing for us because we've been in lockdown for more than a month now. So we started very early. I mean, as early as 17th of March, all our offices were work from home. And the Prime Minister announced the lockdown from 23rd. So we were very, I think, because of presence of Mitesh in the US, who is my co-founder, US is 1 month ahead of the curve in Corona curve. And we were getting those inputs very early on from Mitesh. So he pushed us to stay prepared for the event. And therefore, I think by 10th of March, we started doing our readiness for work from home. By 17th, all of our offices, Chennai, Bangalore, Pune, Indore, all were working from home right then. So I think this preparedness paid us good dividends in a sense that our team was ready, our clients were informed, and we were able to deliver it. So far, so good. No client is complaining, and the teams are also able to manage it. The entire HR also was geared up. The networking team and the administration team were able to set up VPNs and other. We could actually take out the hardware from the campus before the lockdown. Post-lockdown, it was impossible to take out anything. So I think that preparedness, the presence in the US helped a great deal for us.
So Avinash, let's start with how is the workflow? Means how your orders and workflow, is it a business as normal or is there any changes in it?
So naturally business is affected. Good news is whatever work was signed, it is continuing. People are paying on time. That's a great news. So they are supporting. Even people in Germany, which is practically totally shut down, they are paying on time. So that's a very good news. Some projects got stalled in the early March. I came to know recently that they've started again. So I think the world is gearing up. Obviously, there are initial shocks. Everybody has to recover from it, but I think the recovery will be faster than what we can imagine, because everybody is willing to come back to work. Everybody is wanting to get back to action. So I think I'm very positive that all the clients that we are in touch with, they're happy with the work that is going on. They are continuing with the people, and they're continuing with their projects. Yes, the new projects are going to take time, but in the month of April, we have signed a few projects also. So I'm saying that the green shoots are starting to see again.
So good to hear all this, and good to see that your cash flows are flowing. But what I'm going to ask is more like, while anticipating and observing all kind of the environment and situations around you, what do you think that going forward the major challenges your company gonna face?
I think the major challenge for us is going to be sales, which is growth is our agenda, and growth is our goal. Growth is going to get stuck at this point in time for the next 8 to 12 months for sure. So this entire fiscal year, I think, is wiped up in terms of growth. Now, I think what we are focusing on is continuing to work on the existing clients, keep them happy, do whatever they need in the times of, in the critical times, in the current times of crisis. Even if they want us to do some support work, even if they want to do something which we don't have the capability, we'll build it. We are proactively asking them what all we can do, how you want us to get prepared. For example, for one client, we are building our team on Salesforce. We never worked on Salesforce prior to this. But since our client is demanding it, we have a team of 24 people who are getting trained on Salesforce. So we are proactively working on the needs of our customers and the needs of the existing customers. The new customers are not going to come for sure. At the same time, I must also say that, as I said, growth is our agenda. We are actively looking for right acquisition targets. So this is a right time, I think, not this month, but probably after June, we would see a lot of companies coming up for sale, especially in the US market, in the European market. So this becomes a big opportunity for us. And I must tell you, before you ask, we have enough cash in the bank to do another acquisition, which will fuel our growth. So we're looking at this as an opportunity.
That's what we all are hoping, that you do more and more acquisitions, and your capital ratios may improve much better. But like, besides those opportunities which you talked about on a M&A side, but do you think that this kind of a circumstances where work from home has become a new normal, do you think that outsourcing of IT services will have more opportunities going forward?
Very valid question, and I think it will increase. So our sense is that once the tide settles, offshoring destinations like India will get more work. And see, ultimately we have the talent. We have the wherewithal to speed up deliveries. Go to market can be increased by giving work to India. So all of these will happen. I would tend to feel it is going to increase further for India. So India is going to be beneficiary, not only in services, but also in manufacturing also. So that way, India stands to gain as long as we are able to maintain the health crisis and bounce back from here. I think India is in a sweet spot to grab the opportunities all over the world.
So the opportunities, even more we foresee, is in coming days is going to be much more for the outsourcing model. Beside this, Avinash, like, since you have a huge team located out of Pune, Indore, and all that, so how you are treating your people, means like, what is like the policies of your company? Is there any change in the policies? or any improvisation in your policies towards your employees, Avinash?
Right. So that's a good point. And as I said, there is an unprecedented situation even for the HR to manage so many people working from home. Now, initially 1 week, 2 week, yes, people enjoy it, but after that it becomes lethargic. It becomes, I think one of the big problem is loneliness, and you can't communicate with your. I mean, you can communicate, but you can't see face to face other humans, and nobody is used to it. So this is something that people are unlearning and learning. From an HR point of view, we have done multiple things. We have set our delivery teams to do a morning stand-up. Come prepared as you come to your office. Be clean shaved, be in a proper attire, talk to your team. Just a 15-minute casual talk every morning. Then during lunch hour, post lunch at three between 3 to 4, you should have another 15-20 minutes of casual chai pe charcha. So that's a formal thing that we have said. Use your Google Meet as much as you can. Do a video call. This does two things. One is people connect with each other. Second is, even if somebody is sick and is not reporting, we will know, so that we can then help them in many ways from health care support. So this is working well. Apart from that, we have run multiple challenges, weekly challenges. So there is a 2-minute plank challenge. There is a 20 push-up challenge for a week. Then there is a 10-day book reading challenge. Then we started Toastmaster for public speaking. So all of these events we are trying to increase in a sense, so that people get more connected with each other. From a cost standpoint, from a policy standpoint, what we have told them is, I think we actually announced that in the month of March itself, that appraisals are going to be delayed. However, looking at the situation, looking at the annual analysis of the situation now, we have told them that our core principle is to protect jobs. We will not let people, will not lay off people, will not fire them. We will protect jobs as much as we can. So, and this Monday we have announced that we will not reduce anybody's salary until June. So, plus we are also saying that, we will create job security for all of our team members, each one of them. Whether the person is a blue collar worker, where he or she is not even working at all, to the senior leaders in the team globally, not only in India, in Germany, in Dubai, and the US as well. So we have done a town hall, first time in the history of Infobeans. It was a virtual town hall, all 850 people coming online, and we announced it very clearly that this is what we are going to do. We will assess in June. If we need to cut cost, then we will cut salaries of the founders by 50%, and then go down the chain in the reducing manner. So that is what we have communicated to our team. The other thing that we are doing is we are going to each vendor and asking them to reduce our cost. So most of them are annual subscriptions, and good news is people are taking it positively, and they have agreed in the range of 5 to 12% to reduce it. We are also talking to our physical facility with the MP government, where we have a huge property lease from them. We have asked them for a rental waiver for 3 months. So let's see how it goes. But we are leaving no stone unturned in this fight for Corona.
So besides your employee cost, which is a major cost to you, and your any other preparedness as far as balance sheet and P&L is concerned, Avinash?
I think we have cut down a lot of unwanted expenses. As simple as Diwali gift. So we have put down the entire budget for the year. We have cut down all of those. These are all frills. So we have cut down on those. We are also, as I said, spoke to all the vendors. Plus, we we are also working towards a lot of automation and skill enhancement. So it may not reduce the cost, but it will increase the opportunities for multi-skilling or multiple work can be consumed by a single resource. So that way we are working towards enhancing our value capabilities so that we can generate more revenue per person and improve our efficiency.
Avinash, finally, that how about your recently acquired asset at US, that Philosophy? How it is behaving, and what is your preparedness at that subsidiary level?
So Philosophy is in the middle of the hotspot, Corona hotspot. So they have an office in Manhattan, and New York tri-state area is the biggest hit area for Corona in the US. The second area that they operate in is in LA, which is also California is also badly hit. So typically they are facing headwinds right now, but they have decided to cut down on their offices, and within 3 months they will be out of their offices. They will work remotely, so they adopted this model permanently for their business, which will save a good amount of cost. Secondly, they've also cut down the salaries of the entire team by anywhere between 10 to 15%, and this would also save some money. They are actively pursuing their existing clients to grow in their business. But as I said, US should revive in next quarter or so. I think after June, they should see the revival. Good news here is that US government is supporting small businesses very well. So they've applied for a grant of they've applied for a loan of about 750K, which would be waived off if they retain their team by end of June. So plus they will also get some rental waiver for that money. So I think the government is supporting well. The team is very proactive in terms of managing the current situation. And they're growing. They're not. I wouldn't say they're growing, but they are handling the situation in a better way. The moment the tide turns, I think they will bounce back very quickly.
Avinash, any challenges as a business from the regulatory framework side the company is facing, or any suggestions toward it?
No such regulatory issues at this point in time.
And okay, nice. Finally, I would like to have some, pearls of wisdom from your side to your peer group, the other entrepreneurs. What do you say with your experience?
As I said, it is a new thing for all of us. So there is no experience that can count. But one thing in 20 years of business that we have realized is, especially when we are in a people's business, that it is important to take care of people. They are also they're actually much more fearful than we are. They are more worried about their jobs. They are more worried about their family. They are, all kinds of fears in their minds. So it is important as an entrepreneur to connect with each one of your members. Have a practice of calling them. I call 5 to 10 people every day. Just randomly call them, get them some confidence, tell them that we are with them, and try and ensure that you don't reduce jobs. It is a tough time, I know, for a business. Revenues are shrinking. How are we able to sustain our people? But if you be transparent with your team and you take the largest cut, your team will come forward and they will also take their pay cuts. Everybody would want to save everybody. So I think with that principle, we should protect jobs. We should be human in this kind of situation. And even if we have to, we have to lose our profits for this year, that's totally okay, I would say. And in the long run, this human gesture will pay off very well. Plus, it will give you a lot of satisfaction, personal satisfaction also. So keep your people, whatever it takes. And if obviously you have to cut to bone and there is no way you can manage it, then obviously you'll have to start asking them to go. But keep them in the loop. Keep them aware of the situation at every moment, and they will stand by you. They will support you in the efforts that you're making to to save the ship in these tough times. I think that is my advice.
Thank you very much, Avinash, and we all wish you all the best to face this pandemic. And I'm sure with the confidence and the preparedness you have at Infobeans, you will come out very fast and very nice. Thank you very much, Avinash.
We are very hopeful. We are very hopeful, and it's the same for you and all our viewers. Thank you.
Thanks.